Hello, my name is Nate Allen, and the constellation that I chose to do this semester was Lyra. Now, to find Lyra, you can look to the eastern horizon during the early summer months, and this image in particular is a simulation of around 11 p.m. You would look for three bright stars in the sky that form a triangle shape. Once located, one of these stars, the biggest and brightest of them, Vega, will be near four smaller stars, these four right here, that form a rhombus shape. These four stars, along with Vega, form the constellation Lyra. Now, the four brightest stars are, well, Vega, which is roughly 25 light years away from Earth and is a main sequence dwarf star. Then there's the second brightest, which is Gamma Lyrae, which is roughly 620 light years away from Earth and is a giant star. And third brightest is Beta, which is 960 light years away from Earth and is also a giant star. And then there is the fourth, Delta Squared or Delta 2 Lyrae, which is 900 light years away from Earth and is a asymptotic giant branch star. Now, the four deep space objects are Messier 57, which is located in between Gamma and Beta, and which is a ring nebula roughly 2,300 light years away from Earth. Then there's Messier 56, which is located right here, and is roughly 32,000 light years away from Earth. All right. Then there's NGC 6745, which is an irregular galaxy, roughly 206 million light years away from Earth. Which means a regular galaxy means it's actually, in this case, it's three galaxies colliding all at once to form this kind of a larger mixed up group of them. And then there's NGC 6791, which is just an open star cluster roughly 1,300 light years away from Earth. Now, the myth that I found that goes along with this constellation involves the hero Orpheus. Now, Orpheus was the son of Apollo, and he was an amazing musician. As a gift, Apollo gave him a lyre, which is basically just a harp. He could play it so well that things like trees, rocks, and wild beasts were charmed by it. Using the harp, he was able to fall in love with Eurydice and married her. However, shortly after they were married, she ran into some trouble. She and her fellow nymphs were walking along in a field when she spotted the shepherd Aristeus. He was so struck by her beauty and that he proceeded to chase her, so she ran from him. As she was running away from him, she was actually bitten by a poisonous snake and died from the toxins from the snake. Orpheus was so desperate to get her back that he traveled to the underworld. He decided to bring his Lyra along with him, and using it, he was able to charm the king and queen of the underworld to get their permission to take her back, but on one condition, that he could not look back at her until they had made it back to the normal world, or the Earth's surface. They came within steps of reaching the Earth's surface when he became too anxious of his wife's condition of the strength failing, so he turned around to see her, and she vanished into the depths. He was so dejected of losing her twice now that he rejected being with a woman for the rest of his life, and he was actually eventually killed by a group of Thracian women who stoned and clawed him to death for not wanting to be with them. And then Apollo eventually found the harp that he had and placed it in the sky as Lyra.